Hi everybody, I'm Alan Gwynn and welcome to It's Your Business. It's great to be with you today to discuss items that we believe can help you and your business prosper if you own or manage a business, and items that we believe can help you be a better educated consumer whenever you deal with businesses. Let me start first by saying that if you have questions or comments about our shows, as we've learned many do, then please email me at agwynn@thegwynnconsultancygroup.com or give me a call at 800-335-9269. I'll also be happy to send you the information that we share on today's show. Today's topic is one that's critical to life, not just to business. It's a topic that I've taught about, I've discussed in seminars, I've read papers and helped to edit books about, and I have come to some decisions and beliefs that I hope will help you. The topic, of course, is negotiation. It's been said that when three people gather together, two of them will most likely have a conflict. I'd take it a step further. I'd say that when two people get together, they may have a conflict. Conflict is inevitable because people have differences in opinion. They have differences in beliefs. And they have differences in what they believe must occur for outcomes to meet their personal needs, right? Everyone wants their way to be the winner. But thinking of this as win-lose may be one of the worst aspects of coming to grips with our own negotiation skills and abilities. Hey, who wants to be the loser? I certainly don't, and I'm sure that you don't either. As a matter of fact, you may invest so much in winning because of ego that you lose at the issues surrounding the negotiation. Now, when we say we're going to discuss negotiation in business, you may think of a boss speaking with an employee and the employee working to get him or herself out of a jam or negate a set of consequences that he or she faces. You may think of a union representative discussing wage and benefits issues with management and arriving at what could be classified as a negotiated settlement. You may think about negotiating with your boss over a raise or a new hire salary. Or you may simply think of working through a set of deal points to achieve what's the best for you or your client or stakeholder. And of course, these things are all correct, but only up to a point. Because the best of negotiation doesn't mean that when you and I negotiate, I have to lose if you win, or you have to lose if I win. It means that we can attempt to come to a conclusion in a principled and formal discussion where both of us walk away feeling as though we've won. So you see, this isn't just about business, it's about life. All of life, it seems, can be viewed as a negotiation with someone or something. We even negotiate with ourselves. What, you don't think so? Let me share an example. Most everyone likes chocolate cake, right? The Today Show on NBC quotes an NCA study that says that 41% of Americans eat at least some chocolate every day. So, you're enjoying lunch, and you really want that big piece of chocolate cake for dessert, but you know you shouldn't. If you're me, you're probably going to eat it anyway. But I'm guessing that many of you have more self-control than I do in that department. So you start thinking, hey, if I only eat soup for dinner, I'd be able to eat the big piece of chocolate cake right now. So you eat the chocolate cake, having negotiated away your willpower in good faith for future performance. But then your best laid plans lie out the window. Let's be honest. You knew at the time that you shouldn't eat that cake, but you justified it would be okay if you ate a smaller dinner. In this case, you really did have your cake and eat it too. Your body becomes the loser because you caved during your self-negotiation process and you pumped all those empty calories into your body. Your negotiation started out with the greatest of intentions, but it only took 6 hours to crater. Well, in business, we have similar situations to the chocolate cake, but we call them by important sounding names. We refer to them as dispute resolution or conflict resolution. It all means the same. People disagree over an issue. They must arrive at a way to solve their differences of opinion. Now, old school negotiation practice said that one side or the other must win and the other side must lose, so that there's a winner and a loser in every negotiation. Many of us now have realized that it's important we look at negotiation differently. Winning and losing is no longer as critical to the outcome of a negotiation as achieving what you wish to achieve by taking the position you take in the process. Now, there are some things that must be addressed before any negotiation between parties can reach a resolution. Both parties must understand fully what it is that they're seeking to achieve. Let's apply this to a family situation. Son says to father, "Dad, can I borrow the car tonight?" Dad says to son, "Sure. Have it home by 1 a.m. and be sure the gas tank's full." In this situation, the son wants to borrow the family car, and the father puts some specific conditions on borrowing the car. The son understands there is a time limitation and that he must return the car with a full gas tank. Well, let's take it one step further. The son replies to the father, "I'll be happy to fill the gas tank, but can I keep it out until 2? Because the party isn't going to be over until after 1. At that point, the father must decide if the additional time is warranted. In a business situation, one piece of advice I offer to clients is this: don't start a negotiation until you fully understand what it is that you want to achieve. It's often difficult, if not impossible, to change the objectives that you want to achieve on the fly. Let's bring this to a business situation that you may face. Let's say that you're in an interview situation and you're negotiating a salary. You know the job that you're interviewing for is worth $50,000 for the work that you'll be expected to do. Yet your future employer has staked out a position and stated that the pay range for the position is $40,000 to $60,000, and most new hires start at minimum in the pay range. So how do you negotiate to be hired at midpoint in the salary range? Both parties understand fully what it is they're seeking to achieve. The employer wants to hire you, but pay you less than you feel you're worth. You want the job, but not at the salary the employer has mentioned as being available on the low end. You state that you're seeking $50,000 as compensation, and after making that statement, you list the reasons you feel you're worth that amount of money in that role. If the employer disagrees, he or she will state why they believe you're worth less than the value you've put on your services. Listen carefully to the pushback and judge if the comments are justified. If so, you give some ground in your demands. Will this negotiation be resolved by an offer of employment at $50,000? That depends upon your skill as a negotiator. Act in this situation as a skilled negotiator, and you'll find that's how other people perceive you. Assuming that your value systems are the same as the employer and that both parties are dealing in good faith and both parties want you to start working for the employer, and you're both able to put together options as opposed to solidifying against a position that's been staked out, you're probably going to find yourself employed. And the odds are that you'll be paid $50,000, maybe a little less, but closer to 50 than 40. Good for you. Both sides win. You get a new job that you want at a salary level above the company's minimum standard hiring level. And the employer gets an experienced employee that's not afraid to negotiate to achieve what he or she wants. both sides walk away as winners. No one lost in this negotiation. Neither side walks away a loser. Both sides won. Before you begin any negotiation, your goal should be that both sides walk away from the negotiation feeling as though they won. The concept of win or lose in a negotiation seems to be inbred in our consciousness, doesn't it? Only by changing the direction of the negotiation or by inventing options as opposed to solidifying or making comments that may or may not be able to be kept can both sides win in that negotiation. So that should be your objective. Make the fact that both sides win critical to a successful negotiation, and the results that you're going to find will be longer lasting and more satisfying. Well, what do you do if you're so far apart from the other side that there's no common ground for you to even begin negotiating? I have clients ask me this all the time. And often in business, objectives are set so high that it would be almost impossible to achieve them. In these cases, each of you must find a common ground upon which to begin the negotiating. If you start negotiating and you don't have some common ground upon which to start, you're going to assure yourself that there will be no successful negotiated settlement ever reached. It's also important for you to separate the individuals involved in the negotiating process from the challenges being addressed in the negotiation itself. People can often be the problem, but your ability to separate the people from the issues can help you achieve a successful negotiation. If you have questions or comments about the topics on our show, please email me at agwynn@thegwynnconsultancygroup.com or give me a call or text me at 800-335-9269, and I'll be happy to send you the information that we share. I'm Alan Gwynn, and we'll see you next time on It's Your Business.